Hey guys, it's Chris, and Season 7 is upon us. We have now seen Season 7, Episode 1, and thank you to all you guys who stopped by the live stream last night. We will continue to go live at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time after every damn episode. Really appreciate everybody stopping in. We had over 4,000 viewers at one point, so I really appreciate it. And apparently that video has now hit the trending list on YouTube at number 12, so really cool to see. So anyway, guys, I want to do a short little preview video for Episode 2. We did get a little bit of footage after Episode 1 aired, so let's jump into that footage and break it down and see if we can figure out what the hell is going on in Season 7, Episode 2, Stormborn. Alright, so first we have a shot here of Jon and company in the Winterfell Great Hall once again, and I'm going to guess here this is likely after Jon received a letter from Sam from the Citadel when he discovered in the book he was studying that there is Dragonglass available at Dragonstone. So this is likely what's going to prompt Jon to head to Dragonstone to meet Dany. Although I do think Dany would send out ravens and letters to everyone in the realm, notifying them that she is here to come bend the knee or die by fire. I think this is what's going to prompt Jon to go south to meet Dany, go to Dragonstone to collect some of this Dragonglass. Obviously, we saw in the first episode him talking about Dragonglass, how important it is now, it's more valuable than gold, and he needs everyone to mine it and start building weapons. And also saying that he needs all the girls to fight in this war as well, so this is a big change, obviously. And Lyanna Mormont stood up and did her thing in Episode 1, but this is likely Jon telling everybody what's going down, that he's going south to meet this Targaryen Dragon Queen, so this is likely right before Jon leaves Winterfell. And this next shot seems to confirm this, that he is about to leave. He has basically told them that he's going south to meet this Dragon Queen, because we have Yohn Roy standing up and saying a Targaryen cannot be trusted. Obviously, this is related to the Mad King, since he went crazy. But what's ironic here is that Jon Snow is a Targaryen, so he's basically telling a Targaryen to his face that a Targaryen can't be trusted. Obviously, Jon doesn't know that yet. We'll probably continue to get teased for a while about his parentage, but this does confirm that Jon is about to head to Dragonstone to meet Dany, and again, likely after he received the letter from Sam at the Citadel. And next we have a little scene with Cersei holding court here, the few people left to support her in King's Landing, and she says this.
The Mad King's daughter will destroy the realm.
So she said the Mad King's daughter will destroy the realm. So obviously this is a reference to the Mad King, Aerys Targaryen, Dany's father. She's going to do everything she can to undermine Dany and let people know that she's going to be just as insane as Aerys II was. Although Dany does have those tendencies, she does have, ironically, Tyrion, Cersei's brother, at her side to keep her in check. So I think that's what this is referring to. So she's going to do everything she can to hold on to her power. She knows, just like Jaime told her in Episode 1, she really only has about 3 kingdoms that support her. So it's actually a good move on her part to try to undermine Dany and compare her to the Mad King before she even steps foot on the battlefield. And then we have a quick shot here as Yara begins a voiceover of Euron's fleet heading towards some location that the Ironborn are going to be. So likely this is going to be a surprise attack here by Euron to bring back Cersei a gift that we saw in Episode 1, where he promised not to return to King's Landing until he had a gift, and that gift will be the Sand Snakes captured to return to Cersei because they did in fact kill Myrcella. And the next scene we have Yara beginning her voiceover here in the war room along with Varys, Grey Worm, Missandei, Dany, Tyrion, Ilaria Sand, and Theon standing over to the side. And she's advising Dany here that they have the biggest fleet and all the power in one spot, including 3 fucking dragons, and they should move on King's Landing immediately. And then we see a shot of Dany turning around listening to that council, although I think she will probably decide against that because Jon's going to be heading down there. She'll probably find out about the White Walkers, not necessarily believe it at first, but she probably will get told about it, and this is likely before Jon ever gets there right here. But I think she's going to decide differently, probably due to Tyrion's advice to take Casterly Rock first to knock out Cersei's home, and that will really undermine her, so I think that's what Dany decides to do here. But Yar's not necessarily wrong. You're very close to Dragonstone right now with 3 fucking dragons, so that would be a good move. But also understand Tyrion tried to advise her to go ahead and take Casterly Rock. If you undermine the queen and take her home away from her, you'll have a lot more people joining your cause without ever having to lift a sword. Then we have a quick shot of soldiers leaving Winterfell, and this pretty much confirms what I was talking about earlier in the scene with Jon. This will likely be Jon and Davos heading out south to go to Dragonstone to meet Dany and get that precious Dragonglass, which is now worth more than gold. And then we have a shot of a certain wolf here. Now, I'm not sure if this is Nymeria 100%. Obviously, we hadn't seen Nymeria since she was a puppy when Arya ran her off in Season 1, Episode 2, The King's Road. I was actually thinking here this could be a different wolf here as Arya heads towards home. She is in a snowy environment here, so something has changed her mind. It looks like she's heading north now instead of south, unless it's just starts snowing that far south already, which could be possible. But I was thinking here that maybe she runs across this little wolf, and then perhaps Nymeria actually saves Arya by killing this wolf here, so Nymeria would be the leader of this wolf pack. But I definitely think we're going to get this Nymeria reunion, because in this next shot we do see Arya's face, and the look on her face is, holy shit, I didn't think you were alive, as in Nymeria. So I do think we get the Nymeria Arya reunion. You can see there is snow in the background here. There's little splotches of white through the trees, so she is in the woods. So this is her still traveling, and apparently she's changed her mind and now is heading north. So at this point in episode 2, she may have already ran into Melisandre and got some information about going home. We did see in episode 1, and I'll talk about that more in my review, that as she talked to the Lannister soldiers, which was Ed Sheeran's character, that started making her think about home. So something's got to completely change her mind, and we do see snow here now, and there was no snow where she was in episode 1. So either it's just started snowing, or she's already changed her mind to head home to Winterfell with Nymeria. And in this next shot, we see what looks to be a sand snake fighting, and it looks to be Tyene sand. This could be Nymeria, I suppose, but it really looks like Tyene to me as she's swinging something, and I'm going to guess this is going to be during the Euron surprise attack on the Greyjoy fleet. So apparently the sand snakes are going to be with the Greyjoys, with Yara specifically, because later on we do see, of course, Ellaria and Yara getting it on. So this is likely going to be during the Euron attack at sea at night. So this is going to be where Euron gets his gift for Cersei. A quick shot of Sansa again in deep thought as she undermines Littlefinger. Hopefully, Sansa, hopefully. Turn the fucking tide, Sansa. Do the right thing this year. Do not betray your family and stay power hungry. And of course, the mandatory make-out scene between Yara and Illyria Sand that will still be on the ships as well before Euron attacks. And in our next scene, we see our first encounter between Varys and Dany. This is something I've been wanting to see. They have not spoken a single word to each other, at least on screen, so I'm very, very interested to see this. And I do know a lot of people think that Dany may be pissed off about the whole thing with the assassination attempt back in season 1. But if you remember, Jorah got the message to stop that as well, so that was also from Varys. So technically Varys did save her life. And I do think Varys is loyal to Dany. This has been being set up since season 1 because they did set up Dany to be the ruler. They gave her dragon eggs, and they never really believed in Viserys, so I do think he is loyal to her. But it's going to be interesting here to see what they have to talk about. Perhaps we do find out, as I mentioned in the live stream last night, that he still has control over his little birds, unbeknownst to Qyburn. And then the last shot of this little preview here, we see a shot of Littlefinger being choked out by Jon. Jon has had enough of his shit. He's choke slamming him against the damn wall in the crypts of Winterfell, so he's probably trying to undermine Sansa here, or perhaps it has something to do with Littlefinger actually leaving Sansa there to marry Ramsay Bolton in the first place. So I'm going to guess here that Littlefinger says something to him, trying to undermine Sansa in his eyes as he plays both sides of the fence, and Jon ain't trying to hear that, and he choke slams his ass up against the wall. So I do not think Littlefinger will leave Winterfell alive, and I do think that will be at the orders, at least, of Sansa. We'll see. But then again, will she follow her own father's advice, like Jon mentioned in episode 1? He who passes the sentence should swing the sword. We'll see how that goes down. I would kind of like to see a Varys Littlefinger reunion, but at the same time, I think it has to be Sansa that takes out Littlefinger, and I think he has to go this season. So anyway, guys, that's it for this little preview for Season 7, Episode 2. Only 6 more weeks, and this damn thing is already over, and our wait will begin again. So anyway, guys, thank you for all the support. I really, really appreciate it. Last night's live stream apparently made it to number 12 on the trending list on YouTube, so that was really, really cool to see that. Very, very awesome. Glad you guys stopped by, and we'll do it again next week. So anyway, thank you for all the support. I really, really appreciate it, and especially to you guys on Patreon. And a big shout out to my executive Patreon smokescreen producers, Halls Griffin, Vol Guy 10, Lala Gig, Kissa Powell, Marc Joseph, Marilyn Bentley, JoAnna, Sean Hayes, Anonymous, Doc Holliday, Goska, HoonJive, Kieran D20, Nicki Snow, Low Horton, and Arid Hadbig. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate the support. This channel would not be possible without you guys, and all you guys out there in YouTube land as well for all the likes, subscriptions, etc. Really appreciate it. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. What are we going to see in Season 7, Episode 2? And I will be working on now the review video, the more in-depth, detailed review video for Episode 1, so stay tuned for that. Be sure to subscribe to get everything, and be sure to click that damn notification bell so you're notified when I drop a new video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.